to the chit chat version of the Healing Waters broadcast. We are so delighted that you have taken time out to listen to this episode wherever you are at all over the world. So, good day, good evening, wherever you are at, and we are just thrilled that you have joined us. So, on today, I have a very special guest with me. Colleen Hill, who is out of Denver, Colorado. She and I met through a mutual friend. Oh, Colleen, was it, I'm trying to think how many years ago now. Just a couple of years ago. I don't think we've known each other that long.
2 years.
Yes, and Colleen and I connected, our spirits connected in many ways, but a big way that Colleen and I connected was in our entrepreneurial spirits. I think, Colleen, you and I have had this conversation, but I think we have talked about how we are just kind of unemployable because
Yeah, today.
we just have that entrepreneurial mindset. We're not, we do it scared. And sometimes life really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But we are one of those people that we make things happen. We don't sit back and watch things happen. We make things happen. And that's what I love so much about my friend Colleen, is because I have watched her make some really bold moves in life in the entrepreneurial space that I have admired her tenacity, and she has just excelled. And Colleen, I've had people say about me, and I don't know if you feel the same way, but people will say, "Oh, Marie, everything you touch turns to gold."
Oh.
And that used to make me so almost angry, because I was like, if they had any idea the work that goes into what I do, if I wish I could just touch it and it turned to gold. But I know you have probably been told the exact same thing. And I really think it's just, I applaud
You were born that way.
Say that
You
again.
were born this way. You're just great. I'm like, what? Serious?
It's,
No.
I mean,
Did
what,
you just
have
freeze?
have you always had that entrepreneurial spirit, or did it kind of like come out in you at a certain point and you took it and ran?
Okay, you froze for a second.
Oh, sorry.
You did. So the question is,
have you always had that entrepreneurial spirit, or was there just a point in life that you just kind of grabbed the bull by the horns and said, you know what, I'm going to build something?
no, I was raised to punch a time clock. Literally. Yeah, I was raised in a GM town in Flint, outside of Flint, Michigan. Don't drink the water. And I was programmed until, should I say what? I mean, I was like 52 years old, or 51 when I stepped into Arbonne. But I was in Mary Kay Cosmetics though in the 80s for about 6 years, but no, I was not raised that way. I was raised to punch a time clock.
That is so funny. So what do you think shifted in you to make you go, no, there's more out there and I'm going for it?
Okay. So like I said, I was raised outside of Flint, Michigan. It's a GM town and it's union. So I was in the grocery industry for 14 years, union, and I got married and thought I was riding off into the sunset, and I let that job go. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, that was terrifying. I had a 3-year-old. I was in an area where I knew nobody, and it was sink or swim. And I was a beauty consultant with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and that ended up by mistakes just taking off.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That is amazing. So
Yeah.
now, how many years were you with Mary Kay?
I was with them for about 6 years.
And then from there, you went to Arbonne, right?
From Mary Kay, yes. Arbonne came into Southern California in the 80s. And briefly, yes, a bunch of us left Mary Kay, went into Arbonne, a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills. Our kids went to school together. He heard I was between companies and he called me. And I mean, I was eating 1 meal a day so Courtney could have 3. And he called me, and on one of the calls, I finally said, Gary, you can't afford me, because we were going to like crush it in Arbonne in the 80s.
Right.
And he said to me, how much do you want? And I'm like, what? Like, wait, what? I mean, we're talking broke. Like, I was driving a Mary Kay car and I drove it till they picked it up. I was supposed to give it back, and I just drove it till they picked it up.
You're like, you want this bad enough, you'll come get it.
Exactly. And I was a single parent, and I'm like, what? And so I just threw these ridiculous numbers out at him, and he said, okay, let's go. I'm like, what? Yeah. So I spent 14 years in plastic surgery in Beverly Hills.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you need to write a book just about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So most recently you were with, and if you want to leave the company unnamed, that's perfectly fine. But I met you through a mutual friend that introduced me to you because of a company that you had joined. And it was skincare again. And I tried out your products that you were repping, and I loved them. I mean, I had no issues with them whatsoever.
Right.
And then one day you call me and you tell me, listen, nothing wrong with that company, love that company, but I'm making a decision to pivot.
Mhm.
And so, and I know you're having huge success now with the company that you're currently with, and for very good reason. The products are amazing. But what I am really wanting to talk about is, and we'll have some time here at the end for you to talk about your product line and that type of thing. But the courage that you had to have to say, okay, I haven't been very long over here, but I know this is better for my clientele. And I'm going to make the decision to switch, even though I know people are going to think I've absolutely fallen and bumped my head.
Mhm.
And we're gonna stop here in just a few minutes and take a commercial break, but I just would love to know, because I think so many of us women get stuck here and saying, oh, I just started this. I just told all my family and friends and everybody that this is what I'm doing, and they're never going to follow me to another company. They're going to think I'm crazy, and they stay stuck and miserable.
Right.
And I'm just wondering, Like, how did you process that in your mind to make the switch and not allow yourself to stay stuck?
Okay, so, after the plastic surgery, I did go into another skincare company for 17 and a half years. I was a VP with them. And in that 17 and a half years, I got diagnosed with tonsil cancer. I'm fine today. But because of that, I'm a health fanatic because I'm never ever going to go through treatment again.
Right.
So when I came back, those products did not meet my standards. And did that make it easy? No, it didn't. You know, I had a wonderful ride with that company. I was good to them. They were good to me. And it was time to go because I couldn't use the products. And I couldn't tell other people to continue to use the products.
Right.
So I went with that company. And then I briefly went with another company. And then this guy from Germany shows up in July. It was July that I reached out to you.
Yeah.
He reached out to me and 11 of my colleagues. And I almost didn't get on the call. But my girlfriend, Michelle, goes, let's just listen. I'm like, okay. Because I figured it's just another line of products. Well, we got on the Zoom, and as you well know, it's not. It's it's cleaner, no accidents that I would attract that with how I live my life.
Yep.
And the results have been incredible, just beautiful.
Oh
So
my God.
more
Yes.
beautiful results and super affordable. It's
Oh
like,
my gosh. Yes, yes, and yes on all of that. And we're going to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, I want you to share about the company that you're with. I want you to share about the results that you've been having. I want to share my results because I'm probably your biggest fan on the products. I love them. And I just, you know, I love your spirit. You are never salesy. You have never tried to sell me on anything. You've only shared with me. And you always, at the end of your sharing, you always say, hey, give it a try. If it works for you, great. If not, no hard feelings whatsoever. And that has always been the way that you and I have done business.
right.
And it's been beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. That's a nice compliment.
Oh yes, no, it is definitely a compliment for you.
Thank you.
So, audience, we will be right back after this commercial break, and you will not want to miss what product line that she has chosen to go after. And she has not told you her whole story, but because of her past history, this is a lady that I trust emphatically when it comes to my skincare and what ingredients are in there, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't always have time to turn over bottles and read. Half the time I wouldn't know what the words meant if I turned them over and read them. But that's why you need to surround yourself with people in life that know more than you, and then you just listen and follow suit. And that's what Colleen is for me. So we will be right back after this commercial break.
The best things in life are the people we love, the places we've been, and the memories we've made along the way. Don't let your pelvic health get in the way of your life. The Pelvic Floor Store, your resource for personal health.
And welcome back. I am here with my friend out of Denver, Colorado, Colleen Hill. And we are talking today about pivoting in the world of entrepreneurship. And we were talking before the break about how difficult it is
Mhm.
when you know that maybe your time is just up where you're at. Or maybe you, like you were sharing with your health scares, you knew that you could just no longer, in good conscience,
Right.
continue to keep pushing that product line because of the ingredients that were in them. So here back in July, you have pivoted yet again. And I just admire your tenacity and not staying stuck in a company that you did believe in. I mean, you did believe in.
Mhm.
But the way you tell it, and you can share it better than I can, is you just believed in this more.
Well, he showed us. I was like, I didn't realize that water being the first ingredient in all of our products was filled with preservatives. I don't do preservatives. I know. I mean, and then I got the stuff and then start seeing the results. And I'm like, this is a beautiful line of products. And this isn't his first rodeo. He's been very successful for 20 years in Europe.
Wow.
But was it easy? No. I had women that I had been with for 17 and a half years never speak to me again. Text me and go, lose my number. Like, what? Wait, what? Like, yeah. And it's interesting. Women can go from IBM to Microsoft in corporate America, and people go, yay!
Wish them well. Yes.
Yeah. No, not the case with me. I mean, I still am mind boggled that I don't speak to that some of these women don't speak to me. But I also do business different. Not like I'm better, but definitely different. I do.
I can attest to that. You do.
Yeah. I get I'm a salesperson. I get it. If the product doesn't move, I don't get a paycheck.
Mhm.
But I've never, and I've taken 3 companies international from scratch. And it's never been from badgering people or making people feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
It's been fun. And I think that a lot of women end up burned out in my industry.
Yes.
I never took that pill. It's like, I've got one right now. I mean, I told her 2 months ago, I go, it's not the way I do business. You're going to burn out and you're going to be gone. And she is,
Yeah.
it's like, it doesn't have to be done that way.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So, and I love that. I absolutely love that. And I think that is yet another level that you and I connected on, because I'm a salesperson too. I mean, I respect the sales process. And
Right.
if somebody comes and tries to sell me, hey, I respect it. Absolutely respect it.
Mhm.
But I think what you showed me was your knowledge of the industry was probably deeper than anybody I'd ever talked to. And
Oh,
one thing that I am very cognizant of is I am good in my field. I am good in my field and I know my lane.
Mhm.
But I'm going to tell you right now, skincare and ingredients, that's not my lane.
Mm.
That's not where I have spent my time understanding and learning. And so, but I knew you had.
Mhm.
And so I was like, with Colleen in my corner, I don't have to know everything because I trust you.
Mm.
So when you
That's-
say, okay, I recommend this, and this, I know that you know what you're talking about. And I'm like, you know what? That's great. And so I'm going to tell my story real fast, and then you can share some other stories as well. But so you sent me did you send me samples of the product, or did I just order? Can't remember.
the majority of the people with this company have just ordered because he's got
Okay.
that return policy. That's
Oh, yeah,
insane.
yeah, that's right. That's right. So I think, so I just ordered and I started using the product and I was like, wow, like my skin is just glowing.
Yeah.
And it was literally like people were coming up to me that knew me and just said, Marie, it's crazy because you keep looking younger and younger. And I was, ha 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 ha, yeah, that's me. I keep getting younger.
Mhm.
And I think the icing on the cake for me was I was leading a team conference, sales conference, the first part of January. And some girls on my sales team cornered me one night at dinner and just said, Marie, I know this is a really personal question. And if you don't want to answer it, you don't have to. But where have you been going to get Botox? And I just went, I've never had Botox in my life. And they were like, yes, you have, Marie. You don't have to try to pretend. We know you've gotten Botox. And I said, I have not gotten Botox. So they said at dinner and they were like, well, something has changed with your face. And we're just convinced it's Botox. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, something has changed. And then all of a sudden it hit me that, oh my gosh, no, I had changed my skincare routine. And so I shared that with them. But
Wow.
so just share a couple of other stories that you're hearing out there in the industry.
Right. Well, now it's been 6 months. I've been with him, Thomas, for 6 months. And honest, everybody, I mean, I like order it. And he has a 365-day money back guarantee. I'm like, I'm sending this stuff back if it doesn't do what Mr. Thomas says it's going to do. Just what you said, it's this glowy, creamy, the elasticity of our skin. My daughter, I'm like, and my daughter's skin was pretty before this, but not like this. I'm like, your skin has gone to a whole nother level of pretty. Yeah. It's
Oh,
wild.
that is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely am in love with this product line. Like I am in love with this product line.
Yeah.
My skin has never felt so soft. And it's like like my lines are going away.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
it's kind of crazy. It's
Well,
absolutely.
here's what I've been saying, because I was in plastic surgery for 14 years. I go, here's the deal. It's pharmaceutical, medical grade results without the chemicals.
Oh,
I have
wow.
never seen this before. I've been looking for a line like this since 2009 or 10.
Uh-huh.
And I've used some really nice clean lines and they were super expensive.
Yeah.
But none of them produced a result. So I've been just as shocked as my clients, and then to be able to save people money, which is even more fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. No, you
It's-
can tell that it's the highest of quality.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm it's amazing. So before we run out of time, I tell everyone where they can reach out to you if they want to test out these products. Just or you tell them, I don't know if you're on the, social media, email, whatever, just list everything out.
Well, I am, of course, I'm on social media. Do you want me to give my phone number? I mean, I don't mind giving my phone number.
It's up to you.
Okay.
Whatever
So
you're comfortable with.
my phone number is 919-656-3264. Text me. I'll send you a link. you know, that you can go in and you can take a look and stuff like that. And then if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer anyone's questions, and nobody's gonna get hard sold.
Yes.
Nobody.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true, and that's what I love about you so much is you break it down, but you literally leave everybody to decide whether it's for them or not.
Exactly.
And am I right that so you have a full skincare line? You do not have makeup or that type of thing. Just share real quick what your lines are.
Yeah, he's not gonna do makeup, just so everybody knows. His entire line of products, which are 83 products. Remember, he's been in Europe for 20 years with these products, but he just got to the States 10 months ago. So it's elixirs, internal, really healthy for internals, and then skincare and body care.
There you
Yep.
got it. There you got it.
So
Oh
seriously.
my gosh, Colleen, I could talk to you forever. You know that. So you and I sometimes will just stay on the phone for like an hour.
I know.
I thank you so much for coming on and just sharing your journey with us. I have so much respect for you as a businesswoman, as a fellow entrepreneurial minded spirit, and then just as my good friend. I just adore you. I love you. I am literally cheering you on. I am your biggest fan. Because I love this line of products, and I am so grateful that you shared them with me.
Oh, this is a lovely compliment. Thank you for having me. Thanks.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. But connect, my friends, with Colleen Hill, because you will not regret what she shares with you. She is just a lovely individual with a wealth of knowledge when it comes to skincare and health. If you follow her on social media, she will inspire you to step your health game to a whole new level. Trust me when I tell you. Colleen, thank you so much for coming on the Chick Chat segment of Healing Waters today. And I wish you all the success in the world. And to all of you out there, thank you for sharing your time with us. And like I always like to remind you, my friends, you were born to thrive, not just survive. See you next time. Bye.
Bye, Marie.